All right. So, like I said, use the password keeper. It helps. You be good. Part 2. All right. So, pretty much camera. 3-point megapixel camera. You tap there. Your camera should pop up. Let's see if that works. Hold there for a moment. All right, let's see something. Okay, there we go. Camera. Take a moment there to respond. Alright, so I got my camera going. And I can just press this button here. It has great autofocus. It'll autofocus. And takes a very nice picture. There we go. So when you're moving, just make sure that you kind of got to just play with the camera. I can't really teach everybody how their own touch, but just make sure you play with the camera to see how it autofocus and it clears the picture up at the snap. On the older curves, you have to press menu and go full screen so that you can take a picture full screen. It looks much better. Also, this has a camcorder, which is pretty nice. You can do this on the old curve also. Go to options, and you can turn on your flash, and pretty much when you're videoing, go to option, and you, not your flash, I'm sorry about that. Go to options, and you can turn on your video light. So when you're taking the video, you got your video light going. Nice. And you can also use that as a flashlight. Alright. There we go. Make sure you have a memory card so you can save all that videos and stuff to your memory card. The next thing is going to be Wi-Fi, saving more battery life here. If you need to save more battery life, go to Manage Connections. And in Manage Connection, you turn off your Wi-Fi and turn off your Bluetooth so that it won't be searching for different Wi-Fi connections as you're driving down the road, and also making you have poor coverage because you're dropping calls sometimes because it's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi and you don't have the talk forever. On the T-Mobile, I think they have something called the T-Mobile Talk Forever, so you don't have to worry about using that, and that's pretty much where you're making calls through Wi-Fi. And you know, it's cool, but sometimes it does drain your battery, so watch out for that. Turn your Wi-Fi off to improve battery life. Only use Wi-Fi when you need it. That's a great tip right there. The next thing is going to be options. Stay in your options. We're going to go to Tools. Oops, that's Games. Wrong finger. Go to Tools, and you got your options over here. So we're going to click on Options. Stay in here. Any options that you need to mess around with, just go through these one by one so you can learn how each of them work, and that'll kind of get you to really liking your BlackBerry once you figure out these options. But real quick, we're going to go into Advanced Options and Applications. That's where you can delete applications that you don't need. If you don't know what it is, don't delete it. But you got a ton of applications that you can go through here and delete. Different things like that. Also in Applications, when you go to Advanced Applications, you have your service books and your host routing table. That is when you're having email issues. Alert, alert, alert. When you're having email issues, you want to come into your host routing table and your service book. You go into your service book, and you can see your different emails that you have created on here, and press Menu, View, Menu, Show HRT, press Menu, and then Register Now. One more time. Advanced Options, Service Books, Host Routing Table. Click in the service books, find that email address, highlight it, press View, Menu again, Show HRT, Menu, and Register Now. There we go. All right, you'll pick it up. All right, like I said, I'm trying to put a lot in these two videos because I don't want them too lengthy. All right, so then you guys go to Host Routing Table in there and press Menu, Register Now. Also, when you do that, you'll get a registration letting you know, registration email letting you know you're good and on the server if you have the data package. Alright, don't forget the GPS settings and advanced options. You can turn it on and off. That'll also save battery life if you're not using Telenav or any latitude, Google Latitude on your device that shows your location. Next thing is going to be email setup. Email setup, if we go into Tools again, Setup, and you got Setup Wizard, and then you have your Manage Internet Email. Those two are pretty much self-explanatory, but go through your Setup Wizard, you new users out there, please do. It'll help you out a whole lot. Help you learn buttons and different short keys and all up in here to really make you a Crackberry user. That's what it becomes after you learn the BlackBerry a lot and master it. So let's see. The next thing is going to be making a phone call. When you're on your home screen and you want to call somebody, you just press, just start typing the name out. Like, if I want to call my pops, P-O-P, and the name will just pop up, and you can click the the phone number that you want to call and all that good stuff. All right, so let's see, to wrap things up, we're going to go over the last thing. When you have an email problem, when you're having web browsing problems, you click on your web browser, you check it out, make sure it looks good in there. Yeah, it does. Okay. So then we go to options. In options in your web browser, you notice I went to web browser, I press menu, I scroll down to options, browser configuration, general properties, and cache operation. So basically you want to mess with your browser configuration and make sure that on your browser it shows not hotspot browser, internet browser, so that you can go down and select all these on the side. Check, 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 check. See what I have checked? I have all those checked so that my web browser will run. My web browsing experience will be nice on the 8900. Also, for this one right here, identification, we want to put it as the Internet Explorer or the Firefox. BlackBerry, yeah, but I use Firefox because sometimes I want to watch some videos and stuff on YouTube. And you can also save your home page, stuff like that. Remember, in settings, you have to save the stuff that you change. So make sure that you're pressing save when you're going through settings, different things like that. The next one is going to be general properties. In here, same thing. Click on the default browser. Make sure we set that to internet browser. So in here, most importantly, you want to make sure you're setting the browser configuration, the general properties into internet browser, so that you can go through and browse the web much better. Up in here, it lets you fix the font size for browsing the web so you can see fonts better. And make sure you turn the repeat animation once. You don't want it on 100. You want it on once so it won't drain your battery and also give you a better web browsing experience. And go into your cache operations, and you can also clear history, different things like that. You picked it up and clear your cookies and passwords and all that other stuff. Make sure you keep that clean. Alright. Last but not least, I think I pretty much covered everything. And one more thing. Tools, options. This is going to pretty much how you set the soft keys on the side here. So we go to options, we go to screen and keyboard, and in screen and keyboard you can set the font size, the style of the font, make it extra bold, the brightness of the screen. We're going to put it on 100 now so you can see how it looks, but I keep it on 10% because saves battery. Again, that's another way to save battery for your phone to last a lot longer. Although the device already has a great battery, this is just going to improve the battery a lot more. So let me turn my brightness up for now. Alright, so we scroll down here, and the left convenience key and the right one. So right one is default set to camera. Set convenience key. Opens camera, it's going to be this one, the right one, and here goes the left one here. I have mine set for memo pad. It comes standard voice dial. Switch it to whatever you like so that when you're using your phone, you can get easy access. Some people put it to phone book, memo pad, calendar, whatever floats your boat. And don't forget about the trackball. You can control the trackball speed once you get pretty good. 90%, 100% is kind of ridiculous for beginners. 60 to 70%. All right, so I'm going to save that. Remember, you have to learn how to save and use it a lot. Alright, and I'll throw in one more. Auto text. People want to know, how do you put a signature on BlackBerry instead of have to play from some kind of application to do it? Pretty simple. Auto text, menu, new. Replace with is pretty much allowing you to say that if you type QWER and press space, it's going to replace it with whatever nickname or whatever punchline or whatever comment that you want to put in. So for example, when I press QP, it'll say I can put replace with live strong. Alright, right there. And I press save.